1% of dudes rapping, they ain't nice as me. 98% ain't live the same type of life as me. The judge gave me life and then they sent me where the life is be. That level 4 with depth and vice, the type of stuff they like to see. Two choices, fight or flee. I refuse to die a chump. I never been a mark, but damn, it's scary when that riot jump. I seen dudes cry, get pumped, and some sexually brutalized. Knew a dude who lost his life and he was only doing 5 year-long racial fights when homie all you do is ride. Lonely days and nights up in a hole causing suicide. From the moment you arrive, you see the Mexican mafia, AB skinheads with big giant swastikas, pro-black philosophers, the BGF, the Kumi, and Muslims who will murk you from the nation to the Sunni. That MS was loony, quick to ride up on they rival. Even Christians went to church, hide knives up in a Bible. Political and tribal, the Crips and Damus, the Long Beach, the Hubs and the Dubs and the Grooves, the IE, the Bakersfield, the Dago Pyrus, the Hustlers.
Say what's cracking, YouTube? It's your boy 16 to life, and I'm back like I'm on a parole violation. You're down. Now, for those of y'all that's new to my page, in 1994, I got arrested. I was eventually sentenced to 16 years plus life, and I served 24 years straight in the California prison system. Yeah, that's me gassing on the intro, man. And if you want to check that song out, you can now purchase that song. It's available on a digital download. I got a link. Hit me up. Cashapp me $20, or you can shoot it on Zelle. Send me your email, and I'm going to send you the link ASAP. And, of course, if you want, you still can get that song on CD. Now let's hop right up into this video. So today we talking about, I'm doing a reaction actually to a video I seen where I know many of us are old enough to remember Willie D. Willie D is from a group called the Ghetto Boys. One of their more popular songs was Your Mind Is Playing Tricks on Me.
He had cane, but it was gold, met a flower, reached under my seat, grab my papa for the suckers, ain't no use to me line.
Well, now he has a podcast, a very popular podcast, and sometimes he does interviews. Well, recently he interviewed Big U. Big U, for those of you guys who may not know, at one time was a very, very well-known popular gang member from a gang called Rolling 60s in California. He also happened to manage at one point in time the rapper Nipsey Hussle, who passed away. Shortly after the passing of Nipsey Hussle, you had many fans, many people on the street claiming that somehow Big U was involved in the murder, even though someone else was found guilty of it. I've also mentioned before in a few of my stories that me and Big U was actually next door neighbors in Ironwood, I believe somewhere around 2000 to 2001. Either he was right next door to me or 2 cells away. I can't remember exactly which. But anyway, let's get into this video with him and Willie D.
To subscribe to my Willie D Live Conversations channel on YouTube. That's why I host interviews with notable people, the most recent being Big U. We talked about a myriad of things, including accusations that he had some involvement in the murder of Nipsey Hussle. Check out what he said, leave your comments, and I'll come back with mine.
Yeah, and that was also the rumor that perhaps you were involved because Nip brought Khaled to the hood or something like that.
Which is so funny. When Khaled was my friend, and
that didn't make sense to me.
It still don't make sense.
That made absolutely no sense to me. But also something else that didn't make sense to me. The hit didn't make sense to me because who takes his girl on a hit? And who goes, if you're going to go do a hit, if it is a hit, if you're going to go do a hit, who goes to confront the guy? He already know, I'm finna do this dude. Who goes to confront the guy, leave, and then come back?
No, you got it wrong. He never left.
Well, they say he went to the car or something.
No, sir. See, and that's where people get it messed up, and that's where you get convoluted. They had words.
Right.
He went into Master Burgers and ordered a burger. After they had words. Okay. And sat in there on camera, walking around. And you can see the derangeness in his head. He sat in there with his shirt off. Then walked out. So he didn't leave like they make you think. He had words with Nip, left, changed his clothes, and came back. That's all untrue and unfactual. I didn't even know the facts of it. Street Gangs, Alonzo did it, and the The brother had words with Nip, from my understanding, because my big homeboy, Cousin Kerry, was there. He's the one who got shot in the ass.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, Cousin Kerry also happened to come down to Ironwood. I think that was right after I left. I never ended up meeting Cousin Kerry, but I believe he was down in Ironwood as well. Then shortly after he got released, he went over there. I believe they say the story is on the day of the shooting, he had got released. Cousin Kerry, also being from Rolling 60s, he had went to the shop to get some clothes. Nipsey was going to give him some clothes and stuff, and then they was out there talking, and that's when the shooting happened.
He's one of the ones he got. And dude left. Stopped, go to order some food or had whatever he did, was sat in there, and then left and went and did what he did. Left and changed, went to the car, and came back and shot bro. And you can see something was trailing in the dude head. But they omit that to make people think that it was a hit. It sounds better. The man actually sat there. So now you got to add that in there. Who gonna do a hit? You gonna have words? Go order you a burger or some fries, whatever you order, and then.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Nobody's arguing that's coming to do a hit. Ain't nobody. You're not arguing with nobody. If you're coming to do something, that's what you're going to do.
Right.
And then you out. So yeah, that didn't make a lot of sense to me either, man. But I wanted to speak on that because that is it's still that's fresh today. People are still saying having these same conversations today.
Now, initially, this was the interview that Willie D had done with Big U. So he put this interview up right here. Then I guess after receiving a lot of backlash, he basically did a recap on the interview. So I guess he kind of like re-uploaded this again and then gave his opinion or whatever after that. So I just wanted to make that known for you guys too.
But that goes to show you that no matter what you do in life, somebody always got to have a bad guy. But all of that is shot in the ass when the man said on the stand, or the man said through his lawyer why he did what he did.
Did you know him?
Not at all.
Yeah.
And you got to understand, the 60s is a very big unit. Like I said, 4,000 or 5,000 dudes coming and going. He wasn't in my age bracket, and I wasn't in entertainment and music.
Now, just in case you guys don't understand, let me clarify. So when Willie D asked Big U, did you know him? He's talking about the shooter, Eric Holder. He didn't know Eric Holder. Now, of course, for those out there who had followed the shooting, we know that Eric Holder was also a member of Rolling 60s. Now, you may have people out there who may be saying, okay, well, how can a member of a gang not know other members of the gang? Well, that is very, very common in California. Sometimes in California, gangs will have hundreds of members, if not thousands of members. Some of these sections are extremely large and they cover a large area. And then at times too, you have individuals who may come to prison. You might stay in prison 6-7 years. At the time you came to prison, you now have dudes who have became of the gangbanging age, because keep in mind, gangbanging starts extremely young. You may have dudes now who are 14, 15 who are gangbanging and then come to prison a few years later who was maybe 9 or 10 when you initially went to prison. So you always have many dudes who don't know dudes from their hood. I've been in prison a lot of times where somebody will pull up and somebody will go over there and meet a homie that's from his hood that he didn't know. So sometimes that's how that happens.
That was in fact they kid. You got your team. Jay, but your boys ain't gonna know Jay. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like it may be your top dudes who fuck with you every single day who know Jay, but your boys not gonna know Jay.
Now, when he's talking about Jay, that's really insignificant to the conversation. Jay is Jay Prince, who is the head of the record label that Willie D was signed to. But basically, Big U is really just using that as an example. He's basically saying, you might know Jay Prince, but some of your homies ain't gonna know him. So basically, that's what he's just using.
Right. Because you got your own team. Nip had his own team. Dude was a part of Nip team. You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't have been nobody for me to know. We wouldn't have never had a setting where we'd have been talking, we'd have been, you know what I mean? And believe me, like I say, this case was investigated by the highest level of the branch. That man got a letter from the president.
Well, I know for a fact if they could get you, they'd get you.
And
If they thought for a second that you had something to do with it and they could prove it, you out of here.
They wouldn't even.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's crazy because you do the family a disjustice. And you got a lot of people to do the family disjustice when you keep this bull crap alive, you know, and not focus on what really happened.
All right, fam, what's the verdict? If you go to the Willie D Live Conversations channel, you'll see a mixed bag of comments. Some people are saying they think you did it. Others are saying it was some street stuff. And then you got those who are asking me, why did I give this gang member a platform? All right, let me answer the latter. Big U already got a platform. I invited him on the show because he's a former gang member and he has information and instructions to help a lot of youngsters who are thinking about getting in the game or thinking about staying in the game or getting out of the game navigate through this wild, crazy, beautiful world. That's why I invited him on the show. And let me say this too. Nipsey Hussle was a friend. If I thought for one moment that Big U really had something to do with his death, I would not have sat down and talked to him. I would not have been able to keep my composure like that because Nipsey Hussle's death, it knocked me off my feet. Fam, it took the air out of my lungs. It stopped my heart from beating. I couldn't believe Nip, out of all people, would be murdered, especially by his own people, the people that he loved the most, the people that he helped the most. I could not believe that. So no, I don't think for one moment that Big U has something to do with his death. And
so that's pretty much all I'm gonna show of that particular video. And that's Willie D just talking about the backlash that he received after initially airing the interview between him and Big U. Like I mentioned before earlier in the video, I was in prison with Big U. He was my next door neighbor, or he was 2 cells away. Also, he was in the cell with Crazo, Baby Crazo from Raymond. You guys may have seen him on the Kev Mack show, and I interviewed him one time as well. Man, you know, listen, the Big U that I knew, by the time I ran across him initially, okay, so I had never heard of Big U. But like I say, I'm from a city that's a ways away from Los Angeles, and at those times, you know, we didn't have the YouTube and all that stuff. But by the time I ran across Big U, which was in around 2000, the year 2000, he was a very, very well established gang member, well known, especially for fighting and doing what gang members do. So by the time he got to Big U was one of those individuals where when he hit the yard, it went around. At least it went around the black population for sure, and probably some of the Southerners knew about him as well. But he was one of those dudes. Hey man, Big U just hit the yard. Hey, Big U just hit the yard. It was something like that, right? So I didn't know who he was. Just so happened my celly, he knew who he was because my celly was from LA. But he got there. The Big U I seen was pretty humble because, like I say, at that time his name and reputation was very well established. You know. He wasn't no bully. He was a gang member. He still was doing what gang members was doing, but he was well respected. We used to play basketball, play Monopoly together all the time. You know, we started talking, we got relatively close enough to the point where he actually put me on the phone with the rapper Corrupt. He put me on the phone with Corrupt's brother, Roscoe. We rapped back and forth, talked a little bit. And, you know, the Big U I seen, man, was a cool dude. He was humble. He definitely was about his people. considering whoever his people was at the time, whether his people was, if it was a black situation or whether if it was a gang situation. I seen him one day, involve himself in the situation in an argument between a black and an Asian dude. The Asian dude was talking about doing something to the black, and to keep the story brief, Big U quickly shut that down. I also one day happened to basically break up a fight that Big U was going to get into with another cool blood by the name of McDuff. McDuff also happened to be in my building and was a cool dude. If I'm not mistaken, McDuff was from Pasadena. He had a homie on the yard named Mad Dog. Mad Dog was a brown skin, heavyset dude that used to rap. I believe they was both from Pasadena. Somebody told me they thought that Duff was from Watson. The brother McDuffie, so I could be mistaken about that. Anyway, they happened to get into it on the basketball court. They was on opposite teams. We was playing, and Big U and Duff had words. So Big U tell him, okay, on the unlock, we gonna go in and handle that. Now the unlock is every hour they'll open the buildings and you can go in the building, you can go in your cell or whatever. So after the basketball game ended, everybody went to the the game was over. Dudes went to the sideline, went to the bleachers, whatever. So Big U has called this dude out. On the unlock, they head to the building. They're getting ready to go up in Big U's cell. And so I walk down, and because I see him, I was on the basketball court. Now I see Duffy standing by the cell. They get ready to go in there. So I walked down and I said, hey, man, pretty much y'all let that go, man. That wasn't nothing, Now, it really wasn't my business because here is, you got a blood from the LA area and you got a Crip from the LA area, right? So had either one of them dudes told me, man, get away from the door and mind your business, that's what I would have done, right? But like I said, this is a small argument behind some basketball. It wasn't nothing serious where nobody disrespected anybody. It wasn't something that couldn't have been let go, right? If they, if they had a chose to let it go. So fortunately, cooler heads prevailed. Both of them realized that this really wasn't a serious situation, and they let it go. Anyway, that's just the Big U that I knew. Not to say that he wasn't a game member. He still wasn't doing what he was doing. And, this was 23, 24 years ago anyway. So I'm just giving you my opinion on the Big U that I knew. Actually, at the time, he was going by Hannibal. He wasn't even going by Big U per se, but still a lot of people knew him as Big U. Anyway, though, man, Willie D was talking about how he received a lot of backlash because, of course, when you have a rapper who is well loved like Nipsey Hussle was, and then he's murdered, you're always going to have people upset with whoever they feel was behind it, whether it's just or it's not just, Anyway, though, I'm just giving you guys my opinion, showing you guys that video. You already know what it is. It's your boy 16 to Life. Resume normal program.
These niggas ain't who they say they is, so beware. Fuck what they sayin', cause these cowards ain't playing fair. They shoot at you shoot at them, they snitch, and they don't care. Fuck gang banging, I'd rather be a square. These niggas ain't who they say they is, so beware. Fuck what they sayin', cause these cowards ain't playing fair. They shoot at you shoot at them, they snitch, and they don't care. Fuck gang banging, I'd rather be a square. Yeah. I swear to God, the game is cold, homie.
What you mean?
I popped on a pussy ass nigga after he stole on me.
What happened next?
That nigga came to court and told on me.
Put that on something.
I sold my soul, homie. Called the highway patrol on me, plus the sheriffs and cops. He told him my name was Eric and I carried a Glock. Soon as you start blowing shots, them niggas going to tail. Don't have a meeting with the cops and then you going to jail. They'll tell him about the shooting, take him, show him his well. DA trying to see your cash, they gon' throw him the nails. They wanna throw me up in the cell and have me with a L again. Back to strip searchers and guards, read my mail again. Had me far away in the bay, I'm talking Pelican. Eating cold ass soy burgers and warm gelatin. I'm far too intelligent to fall for that twice. Niggas yelling gang gang and ain't about that life. And they'll turn rat right in front of your face. Get you found guilty plus 100 years on the case. Your mama in the court with tears running all on her face. Her baby shackled feet, hands and waist. Goddamn. These niggas ain't who they say they is, so beware. Fuck what they sayin', cause these cowards ain't playing fair. They shoot at you shoot at them, they snitch, and they don't care. Fuck gang banging, I'd rather be a square. These niggas ain't who they say they is, so beware. Fuck what they sayin', cause these cowards ain't playing fair. They shoot at you shoot at them, they snitch, and they don't care. Fuck gang banging, I'd rather be a square. Yeah. Doing life's no joke, I been where the apes been. You ain't really bout that smoke, you a vape pen. Soon as they catch a joke, in the feds on a state pen. That tough guy shit get shed quick like snake skin. Real and fake men can't exist together. I stay down, you turn snitch, so you a bitch forever. Imagine me snitch never, boy, I stuck to the code. You hit the county for a month, you said fucking and told. Soon as you heard your bitch Nicole was fucking all of your best friend, the news damn near killed you, nigga, caved your chest in. You told about the murders that y'all did on the West End. Who was popping the burners and the one who said lesbian. Cooperated then, signed an affidavit. Felt your life was over, nigga, you was trying to save it. So you told on Antoine, LeBron, Marcus, and David. Came home and half your hood forgave it. Goddamn. These niggas ain't who they say they is, so beware. Fuck what they sayin', cause these cowards ain't playing fair. They shoot at you shoot at them, they snitch, and they don't care. Fuck gang banging, I'd rather be a square. These niggas ain't who they say they is, so beware. Fuck what they sayin', cause these cowards ain't playing fair. They shoot at you shoot at them, they snitch, and they don't care. Fuck gang banging, I'd rather be a square. Yeah.
Thank you.